So the other day, Chase hit me up on Discord, right? And he's like, Tom, guess what's on? I was like, what's up, man? He's like, the Game Awards. I was like, dude, yes. Let me get my popcorn. Let me get my drink. I jumped online, right? And I was like, this is the best streaming content out there. My eyes were just glued to the screen, except for the times when, they were getting a little droopy. But other than that, I was like, this is so good. This is like watching a football game. I was like, there's so many ads. It's amazing. I was like, look at all these ads on the screen. I couldn't help it. I mean, it was just so good, right? And at the end of the show, I was just like, I'm so glad that this is just once a year because I would watch every day. Like, I can't believe it. So this was my amazing experience with the Game Awards the other night. I don't know how you guys felt, Chase. You're the one who put me onto it. What did you think tuning in? Because I think you watched the whole thing, right?
I did. Funny story.
Buddy.
I told my wife, I was like, we were watching it. I was like, no, it's just going to be on for another hour and a half. I swear, I promise you, it's just an hour and a half. It went on for 4 hours.
Yes.
And I don't even think that is not, I don't think the Oscars go that long. Yeah, they just there were so many elements to where it was good. And I was like, okay, yeah, they did really cool stuff. But I felt like overall, it just dragged. Like, it got exciting and you're like, oh, that's really cool. Like, oh, and then it was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, now they're introducing Kojima, and Kojima is going to talk about his game that's nothing right now called OD. And it was just this anyways, it was crazy. There was a lot of weirdness to the show overall, but
Jeff Keighley.
I do think he does a good job with the show. I'll give him that. He does elevate the gaming genre, but
right.
Yeah.
He's great. Now, here's the thing. So for years, us gamers, we've been called nerds. We've been called basement dwellers, right? Now we've got a 4-hour show, right?
True.
Everyone's in suits. Everyone's looking great. They've got speeches. They're being told to hurry up after like 30 seconds.
Literally signs.
Right? The big signs are speed it up. Let's go, And it was still 4 hours. So many categories. That's unbelievable for games, for gaming. This is like the height of entertainment. This is just like you said. It's just like the Oscars, but for us. You know what I mean? We're included. I just think like the days of like the nerd and the whatever, it's done, right? Yeah. Nerds, man, we're taking over. We're taking over the world.
Tom looks like he's feeling something else. He's
I don't know. Coltrane. I mean, I don't want to cut Coltrane off. He seems like he's into
he's excited, but
Tom, what's going on?
Speak to me, brother.
I felt like there were about 5 categories that were basically the same category. Like best production of a game, like best game, best music, or best soundtrack, best audio. I'm like, I don't know, like, or what am I watching even? And the same games win every category. So I'm like, what are we doing here? What's the point? Yeah. And we all knew Baldur's Gate was going to win, so it's not like
Baldur's Gate 3. I'm thinking I should probably play that. I think it's pretty popular. I think there's something to this game, guys.
Apparently.
They might be onto something.
I don't know. Here's my big beef with the Game Awards. We run an MMO channel, right? And I didn't see one MMO talked about. I don't know if I saw. Even in the categories for like best, I forget how they worded it. It was basically like best live service game or best MMO ongoing.
They had. Yeah. Even in that category, there was no MMO.
They didn't win. Yes. MMO didn't win.
Unbelievable.
We got snubbed in its own category.
Is that the fault of the MMO genre itself? Like, just the games are not good enough, or why is MMOs being shunned at the Game Awards? Does anyone have an idea of why that is?
I do.
I'm baffled. I
do. It's because it's for old people. All right. It just is.
Whereas
all right.
Boomer types.
It's boomers, right? We're bad because dad, right? We're a little bit older. And what I mean by that is we're all
millennial
like 23, 24
Hold
years
on, though.
old.
Like, I is that backed by data? Do we know that?
Yes.
It is.
This has been proven.
Okay.
Well, there's,
All right.
in fact, there was even a video on this
Put the chart on.
channel. We
Put the
even
chart
talked
on.
about it, about how YouTubers that cover like World of Warcraft, that cover MMOs, they get the statistics, the analysis of who's watching, and it's all like 25 to 50. You know, Asmongold, right? This is a young guy. He's got nothing but 25 to 50 are the only people that watch. Or actually, it's even a little bit older than that. So I just think that the MMO genre is an older genre. Video game awards. What is this, man? It's pop, it's pizzazz, it's lights, camera, action.
You know what else it is?
Console.
It's primarily, that's what I was just going to say. It's primarily console games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And MMOs just,
And mobile.
as of yet, they don't fit there.
Yeah.
Are there mobile awards though?
Yeah.
You know what? Man, I sound so cynical. I think you just follow the money. Like,
Yeah.
you mentioned consoles. I have no knowledge of how the Game Awards are run or anything like that, but you're seeing a ton of PS5, Xbox exclusive, trailers. So I don't know what money sponsors the Game Awards, but I think I don't know. That's so cynical to say follow the money. I'm sure the biggest sponsors get the biggest limelight, at the Game Awards. And I don't know if MMOs aren't doing that, but aren't old people the people with the most buying power? Like, don't
Right now,
we need to be advertised to an extent?
I don't know, man. My like nephew, he's 10, and all he wanted for Christmas was $100 in V-Bucks. Two things.
Yeah.
One, how do you know how much $100 is? You're 10, let alone V-Bucks.
$100 is $5. So
I don't even know what V-Bucks is.
It's Fortnite.
No.
What is that Santa mug filled with, sir?
Yes, exactly.
I demand answers.
But you're right. I think Tom is correct. You got to follow the money. That's where everything's going to go. That's where the industry is going to go. It's where movies go. There's a reason there's so many sequels and prequels, because it's guaranteed money based on an audience. That's why Marvel and comic book movies are made, and that kind of thing. But I think you're bringing up a good point.
Yeah, I want to get to the positive, because I do think there was some good stuff there. It's so frustrating. We want MMOs to be
when
great.
you see what you love not being represented when you think it should.
True. The very essence of some of these categories are MMORPGs should be in some of these categories.
Let me ask you this, boys. All three of you. Let's say it's MMOs. What are you nominating? What's your MMO?
I think best community support would have been a perfect one for that. Yeah, the day before. No, I think best community support would be one. Based on the fact that Blizzard, if let's say Blizzard were to get the award, for World of Warcraft, I mean, how long have they sustained that business model and grown that business model for as many years as they have? Whereas something like, I mean, don't get me wrong, No Man's Sky and Hello Games gets the award, for best. Basically, it's like the following up award. Like, you followed up with your crowd, your community, you made the game better. I think Cyberpunk won it this year. I could be totally off my rocker.
Yeah, it's like, which game launched as crap and now is good? Let's give them an award. You should get let's give you an award for being garbage and then making your game playable.
How is that? I get it. It's cool. Like, okay, Hello Games, they saved that game. They turned it around. They made that game amazing.
They deserved the criticism, and they
did.
deserve the praise now for turning it around.
100%. Same with Cyberpunk. Deserve.
You just need some categories, like Chase is saying, like continuing support is good. Best expansion of the year.
Yes.
Like, this should be a category.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you can go far and wide. It doesn't have to be, Western MMOs. You have your Lost Arks, you have your BDOs, you have other games that are putting out content, and then you maybe have best seasonal content or something, because most MMOs are going to seasonal content. And I think, of course, Dragonflight would have been in there. I don't know how the time frames fall on these, but Guild Wars had a great expansion. Dragonflight had a great expansion of the ones I played. You know what I mean? And so there's Final Fantasy has an expansion on a regular basis. ESO has a yearly expansion. So, I mean, I'm not saying I need a lot, but I need something. You know what I mean? Like, I just need something. Because to me, I play 0 single player games. Scott's the single player guy in here. So for me, the Game Awards are almost irrelevant. It's like, why should I watch? I don't play console. I'm an MMO player, so
Right.
and I understand it doesn't have to be for everyone. So I don't want to, say they have to cater to me. But that was just my takeaway from after sitting down through the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, there's going to be something big. I'm waiting for something. And it just never came for MMOs.